829 on behalf of Andrew Peggs. Mr. Peggs, please state your name for the record.
Andrew Peggs.
This is Mr. Silver.
Oh, no wonder I didn't have.
Okay.
I apologize, Your Honor. I'll withdraw that.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, counsel.
So, Your Honor, we are here on the motion to set aside a conviction from 2000. This is Mr. Peggs' first operating while intoxicated. We have received responses from the
court today, and Drew Peggs steps forward with quiet confidence, seeking to erase a conviction that has followed him since the year 2000, his first offense for operating while intoxicated. The charge is old, older than some of the clerks working in the courtroom, yet it has remained a part of his legal identity for a quarter of a lifetime. His attorney begins by outlining the requirements for expungement: no pending charges, no probation, and no disqualifying felonies. Peggs meets all of these criteria, but the attorney quickly moves beyond the technicalities because while expungement is a legal matter, it is also, in many ways, a moral one. The court hears how more than 2 decades have passed since that night. Peggs has built a life rooted in stability and purpose, far removed from the impulsive choices of his youth. From completing treatment programs to building a career, from starting a family to contributing to his community, his path has been one of deliberate change. As the hearing opens, it becomes clear this is more than a legal petition. It's the closing chapter of a personal redemption story.
Michigan State Police as well as the Attorney General's office. Mr. Peggs has not been convicted of more than 3 felonies. He does not have any pending criminal charges, and he is not on probation or parole. Following this conviction, Mr. Peggs was ordered to attend a weekend alcohol retreat. He also completed a 6-month inpatient retreat at Dawn Farms in Ypsilanti and was an active member of AA for 4 years. These programs helped Mr. Peggs to realize he did not have a sense of self, which resulted in him creating a life surrounded by alcohol. He now has developed a
defense paints a vivid picture of transformation. After his conviction, Peggs didn't opt for quick fixes. He began with a weekend alcohol education course, confronting the immediate consequences of his actions. Then came a 6-month inpatient program at Dawn Farms, a period he describes as the true turning point in his life. Those months provided the structure and space he needed to examine the roots of his drinking and the emotional gaps it was filling. After that, he committed to 4 years of active participation in Alcoholics Anonymous, attending meetings, working the steps, and supporting others on the same journey. In those rooms, he faced the uncomfortable truth about who he had been: someone who lacked a strong sense of self and who used alcohol as a shield. Slowly, he built healthier coping skills, finding confidence not in a drink, but in himself. Over time, the identity shaped by alcohol faded, replaced by one built on accountability and purpose.
different personality and better coping mechanisms outside of alcohol. Mr. Peck spent some time living in Utah following his conviction, and while there, he spent 8 years working as a counselor at Second Nature Wilderness Program. During that time, he worked with youth dealing with drug addiction and dependence. He is currently employed as a platform architect with Rocket Clothes and holds several CompTIA certifications. Mr. Peck is engaged and a father of 2 boys, ages 13 and 8. He gives back to the community in various ways, including donating blood and volunteering with
He took Peggs west to Utah, where he spent 8 years as a counselor for the Second Nature Wilderness Program. There, he guided at-risk youth into the backcountry, teaching survival skills, leading difficult conversations, and modeling the resilience he had learned in his own recovery. The wilderness stripped life to its essentials, and in that space, Peggs found not only healing for others, but deeper healing for himself. Eventually, he returned to Michigan and entered the tech industry, where he now works as a platform architect. He has earned multiple professional certifications and is recognized for his expertise. His personal life is equally steady. He lives with his fiancée and their 2 sons, balancing career and fatherhood with quiet pride. Outside of work, he volunteers at food banks, donates blood, and supports his community without fanfare. This expungement, he explains, is not an attempt to erase the past, but to formally close a chapter whose lessons have long since been learned.
Food Bank and the DPS Distribution Center. Mr. Peggs has worked hard to overcome his alcohol addiction and is not the same person he was 20 years ago. His hope is that this expungement or by expunging his record, it will help to improve his life in various ways, including with his license and insurance. So, given these factors, we do believe it would be in the best interest of public welfare to grant this expungement, and we ask your honor to grant the motion to set aside the conviction.
And Mr. Pegg, anything you'd like to tell us?
When invited to speak, Peggs addresses the court with humility. He expresses gratitude that no one was harmed during his reckless years and makes clear that he has no desire to hide his history from his children. To him, the conviction is part of his story, a reminder of where he's been and how far he's come. He hopes this moment will serve as an example to his sons, showing that while mistakes can shape the past, they do not have to dictate the future. His words carry the weight of experience, and the courtroom listens in respectful silence.
I mean, listening to everybody else, there's a lot of similarities. I would just like to say it's a blessing that nobody got hurt when I was making all of those bad decisions almost, 25 years ago now. Other than that, I don't have any regrets. Those decisions are what made me who I am today. I'm a proud father, and my hope is that, I have no plan of keeping my past away from my kid. I think
The atmosphere lightens for a moment when the judge reflects on the importance of learning from mistakes, our own and sometimes those of others. They share a brief laugh, acknowledging the universal truth that perfection is a myth. The judge asks about Peg's years in Utah, leading to a warm exchange about the beauty of Salt Lake City, the thrill of its ski slopes, and the drawbacks of its winter inversion smog. In that moment, the formality of the courtroom softens, replaced by a simple human connection between judge and petitioner.
that there's a lot of lessons there. And I think that this is expungement could set an example for him as well, that even though people can make mistakes, they can learn from those mistakes and do better and be better.
You can actually learn from your mistakes.
I,
Is that right?
I've even gotten to the point of learning from some other people's mistakes, but that's a bit,
Yeah,
that's
right.
a bit
Okay,
fewer
well,
and farther between than my own.
I don't think any of us as human beings would be able to move at all if we didn't learn from mistakes, right?
Turning to the matter at hand, the judge reviews the record. There is no opposition from the Attorney General's office or the prosecution. The legal requirements are met, but more importantly, the judge sees evidence of genuine change. Peg's life over the past 2 decades has reflected consistent responsibility, service to others, and alignment with the values of justice and public welfare. With that, the judge announces the decision. The petition to set aside the conviction is granted. The gavel falls, and with it, a chapter closes.
Because I've yet to meet perfect human being walking this planet that hasn't made a mistake. So how'd you like Utah?
I loved Salt Lake City. I
Yeah.
was skiing. Yeah, it's a great city. Just the inversion smog was not great.
No, right. But it actually, what I like about it is the area out there is beautiful. So that's what
Absolutely.
I love about it. All right. Having listened to counsel and the petitioner, Mr. Pegg, and an opportunity have been given for the Attorney General and prosecuting official to contest this application and hearing none, court does.
His attorney thanked the court. His journey from a young man stumbling through bad choices to a devoted father, skilled professional, and community mentor is now formally recognized in the eyes of the law. The expungement doesn't rewrite history, but it acknowledges what came after. As Pegg steps out of the courtroom, the air feels lighter, the future wider. For some, the law is a wall. For others, as in this case, it becomes a bridge to a better life.
Does believe that the circumstances and behavior of the applicant from the date of the applicant's convictions to the filing of this application do warrant setting aside the convictions, and also believes that it is consistent with justice and the public welfare to do so. And so therefore, sir, I will grant your petition and your conviction is set aside. All right. You
Thank
take
you.
care of yourself.
You
Thank
did
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Take care.
You as well.
With that, it's over. No drama, no objections. Just the quiet weight of time, effort, and change. Peggs leaves the courthouse not as the man he was in 2000, but as the man he has chosen to become. His story is a reminder that the justice system can recognize growth, That one decision, good or bad, can set the course for decades of choices to follow. For those who see themselves in his past, his journey offers hope that with work, accountability, and persistence, redemption isn't just possible, it's real.